Alright, first impressions about the Hitman 2016 beta. I think it's thoroughly okay. There's not a whole lot wrong with it. It's what you expect from a Hitman game. However, it's kind of what you would expect from an older Hitman game. Now, I never played the old ones. The only other one that I played was Absolution, which is the one right before this one. However, a lot of people are saying that this one is very similar to Hitman Blood Money. And one of the reasons appears to be that they regressed. They took out some of, or maybe a lot of, the features that they added for Absolution that I think were great, that a lot of the newer players really enjoyed, that reviewers, praised, and I specifically remember, IGN was they really liked Absolution and they praised it, and they kept saying, that if you don't like these new things, if you don't like the new mechanics, if you want something that's more old school, more simulation style, just don't use them. And I think that's a great way to go about it. I really do. I'm not coming in here with the baggage that I think a lot of the older fans have. I'm not nostalgic. I want a good game, and I want as many features and mechanics as possible, because this is an open sandbox, assassination game. Give me as many options as possible. Don't take away options, especially ones that you already had, and apparently ones that were in the alpha were even taken out, which I really do not understand. The beta here is really short, but I already missed, a lot of those features. Point shooting, which I don't know if you remember, that was one from Absolution where you could almost completely slow down time and then go ahead and target all of your shots, and then restart time, and you'd sit there and watch him, bam, 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 headshot, headshot, headshot. You could clear a room with it. And it was super fun. It looked really cool, and if you thought that was overpowered or unrealistic, fine, whatever, just don't use it. That is your prerogative. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why they took that one out. Another thing that I don't like that they took out, and a lot of other players apparently agree, you can't do the human shields anymore, apparently. And when people were watching early alpha videos, they had it in, but now they've apparently taken it out. Or maybe nobody who's playing the beta has just figured out how to do it. You can't seem to do that anymore, and I don't understand it. So, between that, the point shooting being taken away, I think they're really limiting gunplay, and maybe that's a conscious choice, but I don't know why. More options are always better. Give more options to the players. Let them play as they choose. Put the power in the player's hands. I think that's always the right choice for a developer. Absolutely, every time that's the right choice. Another feature that they seem to have taken out is that you used to be able to put your hand over your face as you walked by people, and it would make them not notice you quite so easily. I could not figure out how to do that in this beta, so I don't know if they took that feature out. I believe they have, which is too bad. They seem to have replaced it instead. They used to have that feature, because if you took the clothes off of like a construction worker, then the chance that any other construction worker would be suspicious was really high, because they'd be like, hey, I know all of my coworkers, but I don't know this guy. But they seem to have taken that out. If you take a policeman's uniform, then most of the police apparently don't give a shit. They don't know who you are and they don't care. It's like, I don't know, I guess we got a new guy on the force. They've got no clue and they don't ask questions about it. Instead, you will see a little dot over the people's heads who might think it's suspicious. So, if you take a cop uniform, 9 cops out of 10, you can just walk right by. However, one, I guess you are supposed to assume that he's the commander, the top guy, the guy who knows all of the underlings, will have a little dot over his head, and you have to avoid him specifically. I don't know if this is good or not. I actually liked the old thing where you'd put your hand over your head. I thought it was very cool. Partly because, it only worked for a second, and it only reduced the amount of time that it took them to recognize you. And that really made some of those, things tense, Can I make it through this door without them noticing? Well, maybe if, I put my hand over my head and you'd see the bar raising and raising and raising, and, you can only put your hand over your head for so long, so, it was really well done, actually. And I'm sad they've taken that out, but maybe this new system is alright. So bottom line, disappointed, but hopeful. Regression is not good.
So what happens now?
You go back into the world, disappear, stay on your own.